Hey Scorpios, welcome to 8 of Cups Tarot. I'm working on your March reading. We're switching things up for March a little bit. I'm going to do 2 readings. This one's going to cover the first 2 weeks in March, and then there'll be another reading mid-month to go over that energy. Crazy thing about March is it's a big month. It's a really big month. In fact, it makes January seem mild in some ways. It's a little bit of a roller coaster ride, so prepare yourself. The first half of the month is going to continue to be sort of this chill but not so chill kind of energy. Lover's card is coming up a lot. Okay, so, I'm sorry, I lost track of where I was there. So, it's gonna be chill, you know, this energy, because it's a retrograde Mercury in Pisces. So, even though we know we're approaching the equinox and we're coming out of the darkness, there's still a comfort in the haze. It reminds me of cold spring rainy mornings that make you want to stay in bed, you know. It's just that kind of vibe, and we're navigating our way through it in a way of, you know, a lot of self-love and self-care. And I think it's in preparation for the second half of the month, which is going to kind of pick up in action, and opportunities abound when Mercury goes direct, and when Venus moves into Taurus, and when Saturn enters your 4th house. And that's real big, Scorpio. And we're going to talk about that a lot in the next meeting. But for now, just know that I think in some ways, Saturn through your 3rd house in and of itself was a stabilizer. But when Saturn approaches your 4th house, I feel like there's a real leveling up of responsibility. There's a growing up phase here, a getting over the childhood stuff and creating your own new cycle, your own... You know, it's about legacy. It's about what you're leaving behind. It's about what you want to be and how you want to be remembered in this lifetime. Could be issues with family coming up. There could be, you know, intense responsibility and expansion. This is a different kind of Saturn cycle because you're just getting a taste of it here in March. You're getting a taste of it in March, but then it's going to go retrograde a little bit later in the year, and climb back into Capricorn for a little bit. And then at the end of the year, it's going to come back into Aquarius in your 4th house, which is also where it will link up with Jupiter and create a new cycle there. So that's expansion, along with the oppression or the taking on of more responsibilities. I think a lot of Scorps are settling down, either starting families of their own, and that being the focus of buying new homes, the selling of property, the expansion of property, the new additions to homes, the having the children, the pets, the parents. These are common things that will start to occur in your life. But let's get you through the first 2 weeks as Mercury will start to deliver the news that Saturn is going to spend the next 2 years working on. As this Mercury retrograde, it sneaks up from Pisces into that Aquarius spot, the very spot that we're working on. And so there may be messages or news or clues as to what's to come in this department. Pay attention to the communications around this time, and that really is within this 2 weeks of the beginning of March. Then it's going to go direct back through Pisces for a while. So until April, Mercury still stays pretty murky. And by murky, I mean it's okay for you as a water sign. You understand it. You could speak that language. But for others, there's a lot of confusion. And although you are just fine having to rely on moving through the darkness, you have to understand that not everybody else can be. And this creates anxiety for others where you might actually feel calm. Now, we have a lot of other stuff going on right now with Venus squaring Pluto. And then Venus is going to square Saturn. So we have issues coming up here that we're working through the last phases of this whole Saturn-Pluto conjunction. We're cleaning out it's a final purge. Mars is with the South Node. So, this speaks to me a lot of forgiveness and that final phase of healing before we get the strength with the spring equinox, with the sun moving into Aries, with the action that you're going to see towards the end of March when things really start to pick up. A lot of reversals, Scorpio, so there's a lot of hesitation. And I'm seeing that a lot, and I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. As we're going through the end of this retrograde Mercury, I think we're all realizing, I think with everything that we've been through, there's a level of patience, of seeing the bigger picture, feeling and intuitively knowing the big changes that are coming. And it helps us to understand and navigate through a period in which we sort of have to rest. We sort of have to kind of go within and withdraw and figure things out internally before we can proceed. So we're starting off with the 8 of Wands in reverse. So already we're talking about a lack of action. There may be an area in your life in which somebody feels like you're not taking any action. Lovers in reverse. There's a lack of balance here, and I think that one person may be wanting a commitment, Hierophant, and the other does not seem to be making any movement towards it. Challenge card, Knight of Cups in reverse. Let's talk about trust, Scorpio. We're going to clarify this because I have a lot of questions myself. But I'm seeing a lot of questioning your own self-worth here. And I see a lot of really getting honest with yourself. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And the overall energy, Queen of Wands in reverse. And that's not a real good feeling, that Queen of Wands in reverse. I feel like, no, Scorpio, why am I feeling guilt here? Sometimes I see that Queen of Wands in reverse as an opportunist. Let's put it that way. There's like a gold digger kind of energy, or like an energy vampire kind of situation. Someone that is using someone else for their resources in a way. And it doesn't have to be someone who's using you for money or status. It could just quite honestly be enjoying your company, using your energy, enjoying all the benefits of the connection, but not contributing in a way in which they give anything back. And I think that your time is quite precious. And it doesn't seem to feel like there's an emotional return on your investment here. Or at least that's how someone is feeling. And it looks like there's a lack of stability, a fear of having to be on your own. You know, I see an opportunity right now where you could make a commitment. I don't know why, maybe intuitively you know better. Okay. Let's clarify. Let's clarify all of them. Might be dealing with an Aries. Definitely be a fire sign, or you have a lot of fire placements. Your chart. It's so funny that these messages are all coming through so similar for my earth and water, and I'm just really curious as to whether I'm going to get the other half of all of these stories when I do my air and fire signs. There's so many similarities here, and I think that a lot of people are at a very big crossroads right now. I think a lot of people are making a really big decision on their life. And it's always, always with the Fool there. Always, always, always. Okay, let me grab a sip of water real quick. So, this Eight of Wands in reverse tells me that there was a missed opportunity, a blockage of communication. Somebody cut somebody off. And I feel like it's because somebody was refusing to be an option. And I feel like whoever this is, again with the fire signs, again with the Leo, Aries energy, this person came at you with a lot of ego, or you came at a situation with a lot of ego here. Lovers in reverse, Emperor in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse. Can I say any more? There was no balance within the relationship, and I'm feeling and hearing codependency issues. And the Emperor in reverse is the decision. The Emperor is the decision in itself. It is the final call. It is, you know, the ultimate answer. And in reverse, you know, there was a very clear no. And with the Page of Cups in reverse as well, there was no emotion, no apology offered here. There was just a walking away, an ending to the cycle, a refusal to accept this kind of behavior. And I feel like it was a decision within yourself to make some really clear changes into how you approach relationships or connections. Now, this could very well be a job situation, a friend situation, a family situation. It doesn't have to be love. The Lovers in reverse, you know, my gosh, I feel like there's a lot of laziness here. A lot of laziness. So the current situation, Hierophant, the Hermit, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So if I am talking about or to a masculine energy, which is what I'm feeling right now, the Hierophant, yes, it is the card of commitment. It is a card of, it's also a card of making a decision that's based on, you know, your values and your beliefs, what truly fits you. So if you're in a situation that doesn't feel right, you have the tools, you know, you have the wisdom with that Hermit card, you have the answers within you. And I don't see a lot of confusion here. I see boundaries being set. I see you not accepting or allowing the ego of others to affect you. I mean, this person could have been emotionally manipulating you. And it doesn't bother you at all. Like, you don't take it personally. You just know that they're acting silly. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I mean, she knows when not to invest, right? She knows when something is a threat to her foundation. You know, the Queen of Pentacles would not sacrifice her money, her home, her foundations. She wouldn't sacrifice that for someone who wasn't worthy of it. And so in the challenge card, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. We have the Seven of Swords and the Hangman. And so I feel there is a... I want to say there's a little bit of the unrequited love here, the Knight of Cups. And I don't know if this is you not being able to make the same emotional investment as the other person, but someone here is not approaching this emotionally. There's a lack of a love connection. And with this many pentacles and wands, this could be a situation that is based on, and like I said, with that codependency, you know, this could be something where someone is relying on you for resources, for energy, for strength, but they don't have anything to give back in return. There's no emotional fulfillment on your part. And the self-sabotage and deceit, and this is coming out to me as a card of deceit. Now, it could be someone is very much taking advantage of you. Or, you know, the challenge card could be that you feel like you're being taken for granted. And that Hanged Man is asking you to look at the situation in a different perspective. Look at the bigger picture. Really look and explore the situation, because I feel like you know that you deserve better than this. But I think there's fear. And again, the same card comes out in the same position all the time. You guys probably think I'm rigging this. I mean, you see it. But you have the... Nine of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the Fool. Look at all this yellow, by the way. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. All of this yellow, hold your ground. Hold your ground, that's what they're saying. Stand your ground. This is a really interesting energy. Because although I think if you were walking away from a situation and this Nine of Pentacles was right side up, then it would be like, You know, great, you got out of it, new beginnings all over the place, time for healing, you know, but I don't see that. I see that as a fear. I'm going to have to clarify a little bit more. Oh my God, this story just keeps getting better. I feel like the fear wins out. And I feel like you're trying to turn a blind eye towards what you know is happening. I mean, look at this. Look at this nonsense. This person is stealing from him, like literally stealing from him, and he's right here. Eyes are open. He sees it, but he's choosing to completely ignore it. And I really think the universe is telling you to slow your roll. Don't do this. There's no strong foundation here. I don't see an honorable offer being made. This is really weird, because I can't quite get a grasp, and maybe it's because some of you are going to make one decision and some of you aren't going to make that decision. But the message is actually extremely clear, which is do not turn a blind eye. Mars going through your third house. Speak up, Scorpio. If someone is taking from you, if they're taking you for granted, if you're not getting the kind of love and the kind of emotional fulfillment that you deserve in spite of your best efforts, when you keep coming after a person with cups, with emotions, with love, and they keep coming at you with wands and pentacles, there's a mismatch of energy. There's a mismatch of intentions here. Bottom of the deck again, 3 of Swords in reverse. Could there be a dropping of a third party? Maybe. Do you know about a third party and you're ignoring it? Maybe. Is the moral of the story, don't wait around for this person? Absolutely. Under any circumstance, yes. No more waiting. No more waiting. Scorpio, you're not an option. And you have to know that. And you can't expect other people, you know, if this energy is vice versa, you can't expect anybody else to be an option for you. I feel like this is a real taming of somebody's ego here, if you allow it to be. A rebalancing of someone's ego. If you stand your ground and that outcome, there's an energy there that feels like it is just so determined to look past the deceit and blindly continue down a path that's going to be very hard. Oh, I don't like this energy. Let's get you an astrology card. Venus, love. Venus is going to be moving into your 7th house in the next week. But that means that it's spent about a month in that 6th house, and that 6th house exposes a lot of trickery. Venus and Aries squaring Pluto. Things might be coming to the surface, and you could choose to ignore them and continue on, or you could choose to confront them. Again with the ignoring. Oh my God, Scorpios, did you turn into Pisces? This is crazy. Oh my God, don't get mad at me for that. Either of you. Pisces either. Oh, Lord. Really? 3? What do we got going on here? Oh my gosh. I got 3 energies here, Scorp. What is going on? 3 very clear energies coming out here. They came out together and they all want to be heard. Venus coming out with a void of course moon, leaving you in that hanged man because you don't take action in a void of course moon. You find answers from within, which is maybe what you're doing now, and maybe the answers are different for everybody. And I'm not at all passing judgment. We have all been here in our lifetimes, trust me. But I think that this is a very deep and intense situation going on. You know, again, you've got Uranus in your 7th house, like really shaking things up. There's a need for freedom in relationships. You can't be tied down or feeling oppressed in relationships. So believe me, there's a lot of stuff going on and being processed as far as that goes with Uranus in that sign. And Uranus will rapidly change things, but Scorpio, much like Taurus, is such a fixed energy. You guys are so stubborn. That's all I'm going to say is you're stubborn. So Uranus works a little bit differently in that it takes a little while to crack those foundations, but then once you do, everything starts crumbling down really quickly. All right, so let me read these energies for you. And please know that a 3-party situation does not have to be a 3-party situation. It could be somebody deciding between 2 different energies. It could be deciding between 2 different jobs. It could be allowing another person, be it a friend, a parent, a child even, come and cause problems within your current relationship and your connection. So it doesn't have to be, you know, the classic cheating situation. It could be somebody that's choosing to focus on their job and not build a relationship at this time. All these different situations. But nonetheless, there's 3 very distinct energies that want to be heard. You decipher what your story is, okay? Cosmic egg, completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The cosmic egg is the final card in the Journey of the Animal Spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace. Ooh, I'm so sorry. There was a sneeze there. Sometimes when I start picking up on things really psychically, I get the tickle in the nose and the stuffiness. And oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. And through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there. or that we travel alone, disconnected from others, even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer of flash of interconnectedness. Its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. Well, that was beautiful. I don't know why I just got really moved by that. There's a very calm energy in these first two cards, I have to say. The cosmic egg was very calming. And I think that you're being protected, Scorpio. I think that even if this does cause a lot of pain or turmoil, if there's a lot of hard lessons that have to be learned here, I feel like with this cosmic egg, there's a level of protection, like you're being loved through this transition. And if this is something where there's a self-realization of how maybe you sabotage relationships or you take things for granted, you know, maybe the negative energy that exudes here is you, and maybe with that self-actualization, that Hermit and the Hierophant, taking a minute to really check yourself and what you can do to fix things. And that may lead to a very special connection, being able to exude forgiveness. Yeah, I'm feeling that a lot. I'm feeling like once you're willing to forgive yourself, or once your person is willing to forgive themselves and to understand and to come to terms with some stuff, I think that both of you are all willing to forgive, to wrap someone in unconditional love and acceptance. And then knowing that people are human and they make mistakes, but their actions and their eagerness to correct them are what matters. Dragon, seeing one's most true self and balancing the ego. Oof. Yeah, Scorps. The dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. When the dragon energy is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness consciousness. It is almost as if we are traveling with a great friend inside of ourselves. When we look in the mirror deep into our eyes, we may even glimpse the self behind the self. The one who is watching us, this is the power of the dragon, breathing transformative fire into every cell of our bodies. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us, we hop on its back for a ride, and as we traverse even the most difficult terrain, the dragon's eyes see bounty everywhere. It is said that if a yogi does not see beauty in the world, their Agni is dim. Ooh, this is a long reading. Agni, described as inner fire or sacred intelligence, may even just the mention of the dragon stir the embers of intelligence within you. That makes so much sense, Scorpio. Again, this is a heavy reading. I'm really starting to understand this now. It was a little tricky there. You have the knowledge within you. You know what to do. You know how to correct this. And yeah, I am picking up on, for a lot of you, this is you. This is your ego. And it's getting checked and it's getting tamed. And there's an element where you need to allow this to happen because you don't want to end up alone. Okay? You know that you have to fix this, and I sense that maybe it is because you want love in your life. You start to realize what you want and need, and whether it's with this very particular person or that you want to get yourself fixed so that eventually you can have this. I think that there's some big lessons going on right now, and you have to allow them. Third energy is the shark. Maybe it's not bad. I don't remember. I feel like I haven't read this card in a while. Directness, exposure, and revealing true nature and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When in balance, intriguing, captivating, and mysterious. Very Scorpio. But when out of balance, you are sneaky and destructive. To bring into balance, you need honesty. All right, Scorp, 45 minutes later, I have a feeling you know exactly what the situation is much better than I do, and I wish you the best of luck. Take care of yourself, be gentle with yourself and the ones that you love, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.